Have you ever wondered how Austria, a landlocked country in Central Europe, transformed into one of the world's richest nations? It's a question that invites curiosity, isn't it? After all, Austria is tucked away in the heart of Europe, completely landlocked, yet it boasts an economy that rivals some of the world's most prosperous coastal nations. Let's paint a picture of Austria today. An impressive panorama of thriving industries, a robust service sector, and an innovative spirit that drives advancements in technology and science. The nation is home to some of the globe's leading multinational corporations, and its capital, Vienna, is a bustling hub of commerce and culture. The Austrian economy, marked by a high standard of living, is a beacon of success, illuminating the path for other nations to follow. But how did Austria reach this pinnacle of economic prosperity? How did it navigate the turbulent currents of history to anchor itself firmly amongst the world's wealthiest countries? How did it overcome the geographical limitations of being a landlocked nation to establish a flourishing economy? These are questions that demand exploration, that stir the mind and provoke thought. As we delve into Austria's economic journey, we'll traverse through the epochs, from its early history, through the Industrial Revolution, the post-war era, and into the modern day. We'll dissect the strategies and decisions that helped shape Austria's economy, the challenges it overcame, and the opportunities it seized. We'll uncover the lessons learned and the wisdom gained, shedding light on the economic transformation that is nothing short of remarkable. In many ways, Austria's economic story is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. It's a narrative of a nation that refused to be defined by its geographical constraints, that chose instead to harness its strengths, seize opportunities, and chart its own course to prosperity. So buckle up, folks. We're about to embark on a fascinating journey, a journey that will take us through the annals of history, through the triumphs and trials of a nation, and through the story of an economy that has become a global powerhouse. In this video, we will take a journey through time, exploring the economic progression of Austria. Austria's economic story begins in the Middle Ages, a time of knights and nobility, but also of humble farmers and skilled craftsmen. It was during this period that the seeds of Austria's economic prowess were sown. The heart of the Austrian economy in the Middle Ages was largely agrarian. The fertile valleys of the Danube River and its tributaries provided ample land for farming. This wasn't just subsistence farming. Oh no, the Austrians were forward-thinking even then. They cultivated vineyards, produced wine, and traded it across Europe, bringing wealth back home. But it wasn't all about farming. Nestled within Austria's mountainous regions were rich deposits of precious metals. Mining, particularly of silver, salt, and iron, became a significant economic activity. These materials were in high demand throughout Europe, and the Austrians mined, processed, and traded them skillfully, further bolstering their economy. But what really gave Austria's economy a unique character was the Habsburg monarchy. The Habsburgs, one of the most influential royal houses of Europe, steered Austria's economic course for nearly 6 centuries. They established strong trade networks, fostered the growth of industries, and brought about economic stability. Under the Habsburgs, Austria flourished. Cities grew, trade expanded, and the economy diversified. They encouraged the growth of crafts and manufacturing, leading to the rise of guilds, associations of craftsmen and merchants. Guilds played a pivotal role in shaping Austria's economic framework, setting standards, protecting members, and ensuring quality. The Habsburgs also introduced economic reforms like the robot patent of 1781, which abolished serfdom and laid the groundwork for modern labor laws. These reforms fostered entrepreneurship and allowed for the emergence of a middle class, which further stimulated the economy. As we look back on Austria's early economic history, we see a nation that was proactive, resourceful, and innovative. The Austrians understood the value of their land and resources, and they knew how to make the most of them. They built an economy that was diverse, resilient, and adaptable. This period set the foundation for Austria's economic development. It was the springboard that launched Austria into the economic powerhouse it is today. But that's a story for another time. For now, let's marvel at the ingenuity and foresight of a nation in its economic infancy. The dawn of the 19th century brought industrialization to Austria. As the 1800s rolled in, Austria found itself on the cusp of a major shift. The Industrial Revolution, a global phenomenon that originated in Britain, was knocking at Austria's door. This era brought about a radical transformation in the way goods were produced, shifting from manual labor to mechanized production. In Austria, the heart of this industrial revolution beat in the textile industry. With the advent of new technologies like the spinning jenny and the power loom, Austria saw a surge in textile production. The woolen mills of Lower Austria and Styria and the cotton mills of Vorarlberg became the pulsating hubs of Austrian industrialization. But it wasn't just textiles. The iron and steel industry also experienced a significant boom. The Styrian Erzberg, a mountain rich in iron ore, became a beacon of Austria's burgeoning industrial might. This wealth of natural resources, paired with advancements like the blast furnace and the Bessemer process, allowed Austria to produce high-quality steel in large quantities. The coal industry, too, underwent a transformation. The introduction of steam engines meant a soaring demand for coal. Austria's abundant coal reserves, particularly in the regions of Styria and Carinthia, were more than up to the task. And let's not forget the railways. The mid-19th century saw an explosion in railway construction. This not only provided a means of transporting goods across the country, but also fueled further growth in the iron, steel, and coal industries. The ripple effects of industrialization were far-reaching. It led to the growth of urban centers with people flocking to cities for work. It also spurred advancements in other sectors, such as banking and finance, to support this burgeoning economy. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were growing pains, economic disparities, and social unrest. Yet, through it all, Austria persevered, adapted, and grew. Industrialization was a game-changer for Austria, propelling its economy into a new era. The gears of progress were in motion, transforming Austria from a primarily agrarian society to an industrial powerhouse. This was the foundation upon which modern Austria would be built. The story of Austria's economic development is, in many ways, a testament to the transformative power of industrialization. The world wars had a profound impact on Austria's economy. The dust of the battlefields had barely settled when the economic fallout began to make itself felt. The two world wars and the Great Depression in between were a 1-2-3 punch that sent Austria's economy reeling. The First World War saw Austria lose much of its economic clout as it went from being the heart of a vast empire to a small, landlocked country. The war had drained the country's resources, leaving it in a state of economic exhaustion. The interwar period was no picnic either. The Great Depression hit Austria hard, causing a financial crisis that saw banks fail and unemployment soar. Then came the Second World War. It brought more destruction, more death, and more economic devastation. Austria, once again, found itself on the losing side. The country was occupied by the Allies, its economy in ruins, its infrastructure decimated. The cost of war had been enormous, both in human and economic terms. But the end of the war also marked the beginning of a new era for Austria. The country began to rebuild, and it did so with a determination that was nothing short of inspiring. Massive reconstruction efforts were undertaken, and the economy began to recover. Industries were revitalized, infrastructure was rebuilt, and the country slowly but surely regained its economic footing. Austria embarked on a path of economic reconstruction and recovery. It adopted a mixed economy model, balancing state intervention and free market principles. The Marshall Plan, a U.S. initiative to aid Western Europe, played a significant role in Austria's recovery. The country also benefited from its neutral stance during the Cold War, which allowed it to trade with both Western and Eastern Bloc countries. This period of economic recovery was characterized by rapid industrial growth and increased domestic consumption. The service sector expanded, and tourism began to play a significant role in the economy. Austria transformed from a largely agrarian society to a modern industrialized economy. Despite the devastation, Austria emerged stronger and ready to take on new economic challenges. Post-war Austria embarked on a journey of remarkable economic development. As the ashes of conflict settled, Austria found itself at a crossroads. The second half of the 20th century was a period of intense economic transformation that would redefine the nation's future. The Austrian government adopted a series of economic policies that were both bold and visionary. These included the implementation of a state-controlled economy, which placed key industries under government control. The objective was to stabilize the economy and promote growth. Over time, as the economy strengthened, the government gradually reduced its control, allowing the private sector to flourish. In tandem with these domestic policies, Austria also opened its doors to foreign investment. The inflow of foreign capital was a catalyst for economic growth, enabling the establishment of new industries and the expansion of existing ones. The government welcomed foreign investment, recognizing its potential to create jobs, enhance technological capabilities, and boost overall economic performance. One of the most significant turning points in Austria's economic development came in the 1990s when the nation joined the European Union. Membership brought with it numerous benefits, including access to a vast and diverse market, increased foreign investment, and the opportunity to participate in the formulation of EU economic policies. The EU's principles of free trade and competition resonated with Austria's economic vision, making the Union a natural fit. Austria's integration into the EU also led to the adoption of the euro in 2002, replacing the Austrian shilling. This move further bolstered Austria's economic stability and facilitated easier trade within the EU. The combination of prudent economic policies, foreign investment, and EU membership has been instrumental in driving Austria's modern economic development. The nation has successfully transitioned from a war-ravaged economy to one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Austria's economic journey is a testament to the power of strategic planning and the willingness to adapt to changing circumstances. It's a story of resilience, determination, and the pursuit of prosperity. Modern economic strategies transformed Austria into a prosperous nation. Today, Austria stands as a shining example of economic success. As we journey into the present day, we find an Austria that has bloomed into an economic powerhouse. With a GDP per capita that outpaces many of its European neighbors, this landlocked gem has carved a distinct niche for itself on the global stage. The heart of Austria's economy beats in its diverse sectors. Tourism, for instance, is a significant contributor, drawing in millions each year with its breathtaking alpine landscapes, historical cities, and vibrant culture. The sound of music indeed echoes not only in its hills, but also in its economic figures. Yet it's not all about the beautiful vistas and Mozart. Austria's manufacturing sector is also a force to be reckoned with. From machinery and equipment to chemicals and metals, the country's factories churn out goods that are exported worldwide. And let's not forget the services sector, which has boomed in recent years, encompassing everything from finance to information technology. The Austrian economy also benefits from a high standard of living. With an impressive Human Development Index score, it boasts excellent healthcare, education, and income levels. The country's social security system, one of the most comprehensive in the world, ensures that its citizens are well cared for in times of need. Yet it's not just about numbers and figures. Austria's economic success story is underpinned by a culture of resilience, innovation, and strategic planning. From its post-war recovery to its current position on the world stage, Austria has shown time and again that it can adapt, innovate, and thrive. Indeed, Austria's economy today is a far cry from its humble beginnings. It is a testament to the nation's ability to harness its resources, its people's skills, and its strategic location in the heart of Europe. Austria's economic journey is a testament to its resilience and strategic planning. It's a story of a phoenix that has risen, not from the ashes, but from the alpine snow, to stand tall and proud on the global stage. So, how did Austria emerge, develop economically, and get rich? This is the question we've been delving into for the past 14 minutes. And as we've seen, the answer is a tale of resilience, innovation, and strategic economic planning. Austria's journey begins as a primarily agricultural society, with the majority of its population engaged in farming. This agricultural foundation, while humble, provided the crucial first steps towards economic development. The rich soil and favorable climate allowed for a surplus in production, paving the way for trade and laying the groundwork for a budding economy. However, Austria's economic narrative truly begins to take shape with the advent of industrialization. The late 19th and early 20th century saw Austria transform from a rural society to an industrial powerhouse. This era was marked by the growth of industries such as textiles, machinery, and metallurgy, driven by the exploitation of Austria's mineral resources. The Industrial Revolution not only provided an economic boost, but also set the stage for the development of a skilled workforce and advanced infrastructure. The post-World War era was a time of significant change for Austria. The devastation of war had left the economy in ruins, but the resilient Austrian spirit shone through. The Marshall Plan, coupled with sound economic policies, led to a period of rapid economic recovery. The focus was on rebuilding the infrastructure, developing industries, and fostering international trade. This period saw the rise of Austria as a global economic player. In the modern era, Austria's economy has diversified and expanded. The focus has shifted from traditional industries to sectors such as information technology, biotechnology, and renewable energy. The government's commitment to research and development, coupled with a strong emphasis on education and training, has helped Austria maintain its economic growth and prosperity. Today, Austria stands as a testament to economic resilience and strategic planning. Its journey from an agrarian society to an industrial powerhouse and then to a modern, diversified economy is truly inspiring. This transformation wasn't overnight and it wasn't without its challenges. But through it all, Austria remained steadfast in its commitment to economic development and prosperity. And there you have it, the untold story of Austria's economic development. A tale that not only sheds light on Austria's past, but also provides valuable lessons for the future. It reminds us that economic development is a journey, one that requires resilience, innovation, and strategic planning. If you've enjoyed this video about Austria's economic development, why not give this video a thumbs up? Your likes are the compass that guides us in creating content that you love. And if you're already a part of our VIP-loving community, thank you. You are the wind beneath our wings. If you're new here and you found value in this video, consider joining the family. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to ensure you never miss out on a new video.